Hey, honey hive. It's your girl, Goddess Dreams TK, and I am back with another video. So this week, y'all already know we talking about them cucumbers. We talking about the different varieties of cucumbers, how to plant them, when to plant them. So let's get into it. So we are in zone 8B. A little hotter. Get a little hotter in the summertime. But anyway, we're going to talk about when to plant your cucumbers in zone 8B. You want to I like to direct sow. Directly put them in the ground and let them grow. I like to watch the process of them growing in the ground anyway. So anything that I can put in the ground to grow, I'm gonna put it in the ground. And they even sometimes when they say you can't direct sow, I put it in the ground and it still grow. So anyway, let's get into it. Planting cucumbers is a little different from the tomatoes. You want your soil to be at least up to 65 degrees. Make sure it's warm enough outside. So cucumbers, technically, you can plant starting in June when it's a little warmer outside, so that the heat from the soil can help with the germination process of your cucumber seeds. Now, it don't take long for cucumbers to grow, and when they grow crazy. So you want to make sure you got something for them to climb on as well. They need a trellis or something to climb on. Now, you don't want to hang them. Well, at least I don't know. You probably can, but I've never tried it where you take the string and hang the string onto something. I just put a trellis out there, or either I'll plant somewhere close to a gate where they can grow up the gate, and their vines can grow in between the gate or however it want to grow. One year I took an old bed frame and put it in the middle of the garden and just let it grow up the bed frame. So you want to make sure that you got something that they can trellis up and grow on. Um, if you start indoors, you want to start 34 weeks ahead before the last frost date. I've never really done indoors, so I don't see the point in doing it indoors because it's warm enough outside where they can go straight outside. This is another one that they say full sun. Not in this heat, baby. Do not put your cucumbers in no spot that directly have sunlight. You want to find you a balance between shade and sun. They need at least 6 hours of sun. I discovered if they don't get 6 hours of sun, they still gonna grow. So, part shade, part sunny. Do not do full sun. It will put a beating on your plants. They'll go to withering up, turning yellow. That's a lie. So anyway, you want to do half and half. Watering. Cucumbers are water plants. That's why I say they're good for hydration, because it's water is what make them grow. The more you water them, that's where you get those big pretty leaves from, and you get more cucumbers. So you want to make sure that you're watering your cucumbers very, very well. They're like watermelons. They require a lot of water. So let me say this about gardening. One of the main things that do come with gardening is watering. So your water bill is going to increase, but it's well worth it. If you're not ready for that big increase in your water bill, then I would suggest growing in containers, because growing in the ground, you do have to use more water versus growing in containers. You don't have to use as much water as you would, because those roots are only going to go so far down in that container, versus when they're in the soil, they're going all the way down as far as they can go. So you can start, I know I said June, but cucumbers is another one where you can do several crops. You don't have to just have one crop. You can start in March after your last frost date to get them started, because I usually start in March, and then as time go on, the heat, then you can start another set in June. That way you get two crops of cucumbers. Now, I haven't had to do that in the past, because when I plant my cucumbers in March, they usually last all the way through the summer, and sometimes beyond the summer. But this year, I don't know, I'm being patient because I planted my cucumbers in a different spot. They're growing okay, but not like they have in previous years, because it kind of look like they're dying off a little bit. So I may start another crop. I don't know just yet. I'm just gonna wait to see how this goes. Wait it out. And that's another thing with watering the cucumbers. You have to water. Do not water the leaves. Water the soil. You want to water the soil, and you want to soak your soil, because when you accidentally get water on those leaves, they start to turn yellow and start dying off. But cucumbers is one that will reproduce. It'll reproduce its leaves. But like I said, I don't know. I may have to start another crop because I'm not getting as many cucumbers this year as I have in the past, and I think it's because of the spot I put them in. It wasn't just a great spot, but hey, you never know unless you try. So yeah, I tried. Cause and even the spot I put them in this year, I think the squirrels getting to them because it's close to an acorn tree that's in my yard. So sometimes I'll go out there and some of them will be beat into, and I'm like, okay. But I got a little trick for them. I had me, because owls, I love owls. So I took one of my owls that I had got from a long, long time ago and set it on top of the gate where the cucumbers are planted. And so far, I haven't had any problems with the little squirrels coming to steal my harvest. Now, I don't mind sharing, but you ain't finna keep eating all my cucumbers because I like cucumbers. But anyway, and I don't know why I didn't think about the owl in the beginning. The owl, the little scarecrow. We're gonna build a little scarecrow to go in the corn. Go back, take it back to back in the day. But anyway, so that's that about planting your cucumbers. It's up to you if you want to start indoors. Me personally, I've never started indoors. I don't see the need for it. Once the soil is warm, put your cucumbers in the ground, your cucumber seeds in the ground, and just let them grow. And like I said, they're going to grow crazy. So make sure you got something that they can grow up on. And especially when you got something for them to grow up on, it keeps them from sitting on the ground and you missing them. And they end up going bad because they just been sitting on the ground. So I would definitely trellis my cucumbers, like I say, whether it be a gate or one of those little trellis things, or you can make however you want to do it. But I would have them going up some cow panel, whatever, something. But anyway, that is your video on when to plant in Zone AB. So we'll be back tomorrow with the soil preparations, the right spot, which we talked about that a little bit today, but we'll go more into it tomorrow. So wishing each and every one of y'all peace, blessings, love, joy, and abundance. Abundance, abundance, abundance in whatever you are doing. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Peace.